Tulane, the Green Wave, Rice, shout out Mike,
Hey,
over
whoa.
54.5.
Whoa!
Points.
Whoa!
That was
I love it.
crazy.
Wow!
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay!
Mike gave me that idea. He said I could do it. So.
Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back
evening,
to another
degenerates.
episode of Degen Hours. NFL Week 7 is finally here. We had a crazy week of NFL action where the public absolutely crushed the books last week.
Murder.
It was awesome. Throw up the records right here.
Yeah.
Ryan, Mike, and Mario were not above 500.
No.
Wasn't great.
Your boy was 6-3-1.
Wait, I was at 500.
Yeah.
That's the best week I've had by a trillion miles.
I said it was not above 500. Yeah, but it was good for
I
you.
was
Let's
at
give a round of applause for
500.
Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is
Thank
not,
you.
it's actually not good for you guys because you guys have all been fading Mike and winning
it might
so
hurt
much
you.
money.
Sorry, Ed.
He's 33% on the season, an unbelievable clip. I mean, no one's really shooting out the gym like this guy. Mario, you are trending the wrong direction.
Yeah, last week was a tough week.
Join me.
3-7.
He tried to be
me.
sharp.
That's-
Mario was all the sharp money.
But here's the thing. I was the sharp money. I'm usually sharp. I was coming back in NFL, and then we had a week of squares. So if you're square, now you're a rich square, and I'm...
Yeah, I am, baby.
Yeah.
And we are now above, or we're at 50% of the year. Everyone was below 50%. That's no longer. I'm now at least even or in the green in, college and NFL. So we're ready to roll. Mortals, 3-1. We talked about it in the
dominate
college
there.
episode. Mario and Mike are absolutely fucking on fire. Ryan's hit 2 in a row. My pick was 1.5 points off hitting. We were going to pay someone $1,000.
we will.
If Minnesota scored 2 more points in that fucking game or UCLA scored 2 less. But, shit happens. It was tough. We were, I think, another 1.5 points off of the parlay early in the season as well. So we've actually hit a parlay, and then we're 1.5 points off 2 parlays for $1,000 a piece, and it's middle of October. So we're really, really, really finding something here with this Mortal Parlay. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed right now, and let's get into the games. First game on the slate, big game. The games this week are unbelievable, college
Huge.
and NFL.
Yeah.
First game here is massive. Texans at Packers. Green Bay 2.5 point home favorites. Total 47.5. Ryan, I want to go to you on this one. CJ Stroud has been picking it up as of late. The Packers also just went and beat the shit out of the Cardinals.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how do you see this game playing out?
I love. This is a great game. This is a great game. I love everything about this game. Texans being without Nico Collins is gonna hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think Tank Dell is really it. I know he has flashes. Diggs is good in the middle, but doesn't have that deep ball also threat. He also not
Kind of
huge.
lost a step, yeah.
Yeah, he's not crazy. He had a good game last week. Nothing crazy. Joe Mixon's back. Looked
Yeah.
flying colors. I think this team as a whole is going to do really well. Not right now without Nico. I like the Packers here. I also like the Packers so much. I just bet their 20-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. I think I'm just going to go all in on this Packers team. Their defense is going to get hot like they did last year at the end of the year. And their offense is like, I don't even understand it, but it scores. And now with the addition of Josh Jacobs, because they were never using Aaron Jones, and they got rid of A.J. Dillon, they're like unbelievable in my opinion. They could score at any time, any deep ball, any wide receiver. So I love the Packers here, and I'm betting the over because the Packers score a million, Texans score a million, Packers over.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. If we weren't talking about the game, I probably wouldn't have it on the card, but I always throw the games we talk about on the card. I lean Texans here just because I think the Texans are still probably a better offense than the Packers. I don't think these two defenses are that different. I think, the Cardinals just are bad. They weren't able to really do anything. Marvin Harrison got hurt. Granted, Nico Collins is out for the Texans. That definitely hurts CJ. But I'm just going to take the points here. I think something weird could happen. Also, wouldn't be surprised if the Packers walk over them, so I'm not betting this one big.
Yeah, first of all, I think this is going to be the best game of the week for the NFL, in my
well could be.
opinion. I think both these offenses, when they are fully juiced, are absolutely electric.
The quarterback play is fantastic.
Unbelievable. And then also both the running games. I mean, last week they both teams rushed for over 175 yards.
Yeah.
So absolutely phenomenal on the ground. While I am a bigger fan of the fully juiced Texans, they are not fully juiced. So therefore, I am taking Green Bay minus the 2.5 here. And I have no idea why, but I just randomly ended up on the over here. So take the over. I don't know why. No logic.
Okay.
Mario?
Yeah, even with Nico Collins, I would lean Packers. I wouldn't be strong on the Packers, but I would still lean that way because it is a home game for them. With Nico Collins out, I agree with Ryan. The offense isn't that same explosive offense that it can be when they're fully healthy. So I'm going to take the Packers here. Whenever Jordan Love got hurt, I thought they would be in trouble, and
They held their own.
and give Matt LaFleur credit. I mean, he's a great coach, but also he had that defense in check, and they were holding teams to low scores. I just like this defense, and especially at home. Green Bay, the weather's getting a little colder now. They got their fans with them. I just think it's a good spot for the Packers, like Ryan said. I mean, Jaden Reed's looking like the guy. Then all of a sudden, like Romeo Dobbs shows up with 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. Like anyone
Wicks,
could
Don't sleep on my boy Dontavian.
Yeah,
Christian
Christian
Wattson's
Watson.
the only one who actually hasn't found a rhythm. Even Christian Watson found the end zone. Like anyone could go off on this Packers team. They have a good running back in Josh Jacobs. I just like them in this spot. So
Wow,
Packers.
I'm the only one taking the
All
points.
right.
I actually didn't expect that. Next game, Lions at Vikings. Now, this is probably the one I'm most excited for. Maybe the next one. But I love this game as well. Mario, I'm going back to you. Minnesota is 2.5 point home favorites. Very similar to what we saw in the Packers-Texans game.
Yep.
Total 49.5.
Yeah, I think they had to make Minnesota 2.5 point favorites because they're home and just because of the record, the way they've been moving this season. But I think Lions, in my opinion, I had them -1.5, -2 in this spot, even on the road. So I'm taking the Lions big here. This is just a spot where I think the Lions have found a rhythm. They found a groove.
They looked fantastic last week.
They've been focused for this game. You've heard them like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. After they won in their locker room, they have this game circled on the calendar because they want to win the division. They know this is the team they're going to have to walk through. Also the Packers as well, but the Vikings obviously undefeated. They're just ready. They want this game more. They have everything firing on all cylinders. I love the Lions here.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's something to do with me living in a house with both Ryan and Tyler. But Ryan has been preaching since preseason that the Lions are going to be an unbelievably dominant, if not the most dominant regular season team. And to be completely honest, that logic is kind of rubbing off on me. I am also possibly convinced because of the recency bias against the terrible Dallas Cowboys. But honestly, I just am throwing away everything about Jettas and Sam Darnold. I am all over the Lions here. So Detroit plus 2.5, big.
Yeah, this is, first off, I want to start by saying this is by far the best division in football this season.
Yeah,
Can we just take a second to realize the Packers are in last place in this division at 4-2?
I know.
It is fucking
crazy.
nuts. Very likely, in my opinion, that
3 out of the 4.
yeah, all three of the teams make the wild card. I think we might see 4
The
teams.
whole division?
I mean, I think we might see the entire
The
division.
first time in history, right? Has to be because we were the most.
Was it? Maybe. Yeah. I think it might have been. I
First
know
time for a whole division.
Yeah,
I
never
know.
hold
I know
division.
the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants were 3 of the final 4 in the
Commanders didn't make
NFC
it.
3 years ago. Yeah, maybe the Commanders didn't make it. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot going on in this division. The schedules aren't too difficult for a lot of these teams, especially when you look at someone like the Bears. But the Packers and the Bears being behind the Lions and the Vikings, these Lions and Vikings, they're probably 2 best teams in the NFC. I think the Vikings are still the best team in the NFC, but the Lions are playing right now like they're fucking unbeatable. They are flying around on defense. Their offense just has so many weapons. They don't even use Jahmyr Gibbs. They don't even use him. And I think he would be
Which
a
is
top.
crazy.
He's like, in my opinion, a top 3-4 running back in the entire conference. And he's getting RB2 work on their fucking team. This team is so stacked. They don't even throw to Sam Laporta anymore.
One time
Yeah.
for 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah, of course.
When they
57
do
or
As
decide
soon as
to-
I bench him. I said I wouldn't get off the Vikings until they lost, but I am switching on it. I am with you on the Lions plus 2.5. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota wins the game,
I wouldn't be surprised
Alright.
either.
but I like 2.5 here a lot. So I'm not picking a winner on this game. I think it's going to be a really, really fucking good football game.
yeah.
I'm not picking a total. I can see both ways score. I think both teams can hang in with each other offensively, but I can also see both defenses playing really fucking well and just being a grinded out game, like 17 to 14 or something. So whatever it is, Lions plus 2.5.
The
Are we,
Hutchinson loss hurts.
it hurts a
Yeah,
lot.
that
It
does
hurts a
hurt.
lot, but they still hung in there.
Yep.
Ryan, are we making this a consensus?
This is a tough game. No, really tough. I know I've been all over the Lions regular season, and I'm not down to shy away from it. But this is weird. I think everyone's gonna be in the Lions. Like it just after last week, and like Vikings haven't been talked about. They're on a bye, and the Lions are just on fire in this huge juggernaut of a team. But the Vikings have also been like perfect
Yep.
at like sound football, coached well.
Early money is all over the lines.
Yeah, it just makes it just is going to be everything's going to be all over the lines. It's weird here.
Another public week.
You know what I mean? It's
Might have to be.
like my brain wants me to go Vikings, but I'm not
Same.
going to go against my gut. Make it a consensus.
There it is.
Lions,
There we go.
same.
Same.
Boom!
Consensus pick. I literally had the exact same logic.
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like I should be betting Vikings,
Yep.
but I'm f***ing taking.
I'm not going to go against the Lions pick. I like the Lions this regular season. I think they're going to go crazy. The Vikings, though, I'm telling you, Justin Jefferson steps up in these big games when they need
Yeah.
him. I think this is going to be a massive game for
I
him.
think it's gonna be a great game.
I think it'll be a great game, so it'll be close. I would bet small, anything small. I
I'm
wouldn't go
dead
outside the
serious.
number.
I think there's a very good chance this could be, a precursor to the NFC Championship. It would not be crazy the way these two teams are playing if you could see them in the NFC Championship. I know the 49ers exist, and we're going to talk about the 49ers right
Yeah.
now, but this is going to be a fantastic game in the NFC.
We'll
Means
see,
a lot
yeah.
for the division. Next game, like I said, 49ers home against the Chiefs. 1.5 point favorites, total 47.5. Michael, I'm starting with you on this. I know you watch a lot of the 49ers. They're in your division with the Rams. You're very familiar with how they move.
Yeah.
Do you think they can cover as favorites against the Chiefs team that just seems to find wins everywhere?
No, and I honestly am not going to go too deep on this because me going deep has led me absolutely nowhere this NFL season.
Clip
So-
that, please. Just the
I mean, I'm just going to keep it completely above board, above water here.
Are you all the way
in the
though?
shallow, you'd
Are
say.
you all the way in?
You're shallow.
No, I'm in the shallow end. I'm very
You don't have that type of line.
knee deep.
You don't.
Wow, as the water rises.
He's a shore fisherman. He doesn't
No,
have- he
no,
doesn't
I'm-
have
I'm
that
gonna
type
have
of
the line on him.
He doesn't
I'm just
have that type
I'm
of
casting a net, so let me throw
Yeah,
it
he's got
here.
a net.
He's got a net.
line. He has to do
Catching everything.
all the other activities to kind of compensate for not being able to go in the deep sea.
Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't put it that way because that's pretty hurtful and offensive.
You don't got that kind of meat on you.
No. Mike, you have a giant net.
Yeah, again, I don't
solid
like
6.
that phrasing. So we're gonna go with Kansas City plus the 1.5 here, and the reason why is because Kansas City is 4-1 against the spread, going against the San Francisco 49ers, who are 3-3 against the spread
Kansas
this
City's
season.
4-1.
Yes, against the spread.
That's fucking crazy.
Look
Why
it
do I
up.
feel like they never
Look it
cover?
up. Google it. I
was
bet you.
last
I
year.
double checked.
Yeah.
I triple
No,
checked.
I
That is right.
believe you. I just my brain
So
doesn't work.
Kansas City, surface level logic.
Gotcha.
Love it.
So you're surface level Kansas City. Mario,
it.
are you going in the deep sea?
I am going in the deep sea.
You
and
got
I'm
that
going
next line.
This guy's swimming.
occasionally.
He's a fish.
Depends on the night.
Yeah.
And we're
do.
going Chiefs plus 1.5.
Oh,
It's simple.
shit.
Dude, the Chiefs, it's not only the Kansas City Chiefs, but also the Kansas City Chiefs Association of the refs.
Jesus.
This team will not lose a game this regular season. I'm convinced.
Chiefs plus
Was I
ref.
just wrong on the 49ers going undefeated? It's
Yeah, you
the
just picked
Chiefs?
the wrong
It's just
team.
the wrong team.
Yeah.
It was undefeated.
Dude, the 49ers are good. They're not that dominant team that we've seen the past 2 years. And it's simple, dude. Just Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. He's kind of like around that Dak Prescott level where like he can have games where he's good, but he's not
That's
the best.
disrespectful, Brock.
They seem pretty alike, actually. That
They're,
makes
they're
sense.
pretty comparable.
When he has the Avengers,
One's
and the-
a winner.
yeah.
one has
One's a
the
winner.
greatest offensive put together of all
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
One's a winner.
Who's a winner?
Brock, the guy that's done one
What's
more
he won?
an NFC championship.
Okay, well.
I mean, has Dak ever been to an NFC championship?
I mean, has
No.
Dak, has Dak
No,
had
no,
the,
no,
gr-
that's-
has Dak had
that's all
the
I need to
greatest
know. That's all I
All-Pro
need to
team of
know.
all time?
That's all I need to know.
2 years
How
ago.
many
Continue,
playoff
Mario.
wins?
Yeah. So this Kansas City team, they've just shown it doesn't matter who they have. They can make deal with anyone. I mean, last game they played, they made Juju Smith-Schuster look like a top 10
Mahomes is
receiver.
just-
Like, I mean, Mahomes is just ridiculous. And this defense is one of the best defenses in the league. So I can't get away from this Kansas City team.
Yeah, I am
KC,
just.
babe.
I love Patrick Mahomes. I love this Kansas City team.
I mean, I think they're gonna win.
I
so,
love
like,
everything about this Chiefs team. But
none of
every
the dog is-
every year they have the one game that everyone goes, "Whoa, should we like not be all in on them? Is their
Wowzers.
offense slow? Is everything going wrong?"
that'll be against the Eagles.
And this is going to be the game, unfortunately. I don't think the Niners kill them. I think the Niners win. I think it'll be a very close, good game. And this will be the game after that they're going to have the Chiefs conversation. Then Chiefs are going to put their freaking hand in and just win every game for the rest of the season. But they got to have one game. They do it every single year. They have the one game that everyone
don't need to
questions
do
their
it.
team.
They
They
don't
might
need
not do it this year. I might be wrong. But I just know the Chiefs like the back of my fucking and I just think
Wait,
that
like the what?
the back of my
Thing.
All right, gotcha.
so I think that the Niners cover here and they win, but in a good game, a really good, close,
Sorry,
great
one more time.
Super Bowl remix. Back of my
Yeah.
is there is something?
No,
going on?
every time he says it, I make him say it like 3 times.
He likes hearing the word.
Yeah, we've done it a
Yeah,
couple
something
times.
about that.
I live with Mike
But
all the time.
Niners.
Well, this is fucking crazy, and this means this is not only this was already my biggest bet of the week because I fucking am obsessed with this number, but Ryan and I have never agreed on a Chiefs line in the history of time.
He lost a lot of money on
And
that.
I'm what?
Dude.
I'm
Like,
retarded.
this is what
I'm
happens,
retarded.
like,
No,
you're-
I'm
you're not
retarded.
even paying
No,
attention.
I'm retarded. I'm
You're like
retarded.
you two picked the
I know
Chiefs.
I'm retarded.
He
I'm
picked
retarded.
the Niners.
No, I'm retarded.
And I am agreeing with. Okay,
I mean, he's just
It's-
like on his phone.
It's literally a dead
No,
split.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
He hasn't even
fuck.
said the
Well,
pick yet.
what I was saying is this.
No, yeah.
I'm heating up in NFL. I'm feeling really confident. I'm starting to see the board. Ryan and I never agree on Chiefs games. These are usually where a lot of my losses come from, actually, are betting Chiefs games. But I think this is the easiest NFL spread I've seen all season. If I was picking mortal locks in NFL, it would be this game. The 49ers roll the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Absolutely roll the 49ers are 3-3. The Chiefs are 5-0. The 49ers are 1.5 point favorites against the Chiefs. Where the do you think the money's going to be bet on this one?
Well, they're home.
No, I know, but I'm saying, where do you think the money's going to be bet on this one? Everyone in the world is taking Chiefs plus money on the money line. I promise you, when you look before the game, 80+% of the bets are on Chiefs money line. They're not going to touch the spread. They're just betting the money line. 49ers are winning this game, and they're going to not make it close. This is a fucking blowout. I agree with Ryan. This is the game the Chiefs falter. I love this spot.
Clip everything.
I
he
said
just-
falter close. I didn't know.
Clip everything he
Mahomes
just
doesn't
said.
get blown out.
I want you to
and
clip
then,
it.
and then when I'm telling you right now, when the Chiefs just win the game,
Want a side bet?
and then
Woo! Your side
no,
bet.
we'll make a side bet.
I'll do it right now.
But
It's on camera.
No, but let me give my statement.
Go ahead. Let's do it live then.
I'm just saying, clip whatever he said, and then come back to me, Mario. The reason why Tyler loses against the Chiefs is because he bets against them. He's betting against them again. The Chiefs will just win the game. That simple.
As I recall, my NFL spreads or records significantly better than yours. But I would love
That's
to take
fine.
I would love to take a bet here.
Yeah,
if you want to take
yeah,
one.
whatever
How
you
much do you want to bet? We can take money line spread.
Just money line.
money
Well,
line.
money line. I don't know what's the 49ers money line.
Minus 120 rather than minus 111.
All right, I'll lay the minus 120 if you want. Plus 100 minus 120.
Sure.
All right, how much do you want to put? As much as you
I
want.
don't care. 150, 200.
$200.
Okay.
$200.
Wow! Wow! We got a
Lock it
live
in.
bet.
Boom.
Live bet.
It's been a while.
I'm
It has
extremely
been a while.
confident. I'm adding a lot of units to this line. But that's the game I'm most excited for this week. I lied and said the Vikings one was. But last game, another fucking awesome football game. Ravens at Buccaneers. I believe this is Monday night. Intern Johnson, is that correct? Monday Night Football?
Absolutely correct.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's one of
Thank
the,
you,
it's
Andrew
one of the
Johnson.
two
One of the two
Monday night
Monday night. I
games.
think the other game is complete shit.
It's Chargers Cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, game of
complete
the year.
shit. Ravens minus 3.5 on the road going into Tampa.
Yeah.
Total 48.5. Mario, this is kind of a clash between your division hated team and our division hated team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go first, and then we're gonna sweep around the end.
I'll go. Then I'll throw it to Ryan.
All right, toss it to Ryan after, and then we'll toss back to mine, and I'll end it.
First, I just got to ask: does Tampa have a stadium still?
I think
Wow,
they do.
that-
Great point.
a-
That's a great
I think
point.
they do.
I don't
Mean
know.
joke.
It went
mean
actually.
question.
No, it's a
The eye
great.
of the
That's
storm
good
is
information
completely
for
around it.
betting. That's a great question. I love the. I would have changed my bet for that.
Yeah.
Mike did. It was weird. Mike did wish death on the Buccaneers a couple weeks ago, and then back-to-back massive hurricanes hit Tampa.
like one of the biggest.
I mean,
hurricanes
Mike
in
is
US
him.
history.
When it comes to death,
Sorry,
Mike
I
is
just
him.
something just came to me.
Just
Go ahead,
you don't
Mario.
want to get on the wrong side.
They
No,
didn't
you
care.
do
That's
not
why
want to get.
I keep to the left.
Yeah,
You don't want to be on the right.
he's very progressive.
Progressive Mike. No, I just love the Ravens minus 3.5. This is a team that I said a few weeks ago that they're finding their stride. They're looking like the best team. They were a team when they were 0-2. We talked about them like, oh, should we panic on them? And I said absolutely not. This team should be undefeated, and they have not lost since. And
Yep.
I don't know how many more games they're going to lose. The Bucks, listen, they're a good team. There's no way their defense is going to stop this Ravens offense. And Baker Mayfield, yes, he's talented and he's fine, but he's a gunslinger. And what happens is you're prone to turnovers. These cornerbacks on the Ravens, they're playing lights out.
My
I mean,
boy.
the
Nate
rookie Nate Wiggins looking like a 3-year vet. I mean, he's unbelievable.
He's extremely physical.
And this Ravens D line, they get after the quarterback. This is a game where I just see the Ravens dominate time of possession. When Lamar has a scramble, it's just a problem for anyone. He's playing like MVP right now. So just give me the Ravens minus 3.5.
Wow. I mean,
Right.
I love everything about that. First off, I'm hammering the over here. I think neither of these teams can stop the other team. I don't think the Ravens have been able to stop a lot of teams. Even Jaden had 23 last week and a weird 23.
Well, I mean, that's Jay.
But I mean, low
I
key,
mean, come on.
low key,
That's not-
low key. The Bucks have been one of the best offenses. I feel like they've been scoring on everyone and everything. as of late. Even Detroit when they beat Detroit in Detroit. So I like the over here a lot, and I'm gonna be betting the Bucks. I just think this is a weird game at home. I think Baker Mayfield is so every year. I just don't think he's as good as he is, and he's better than I think personally. I just think he balls. His offense is impossible to stop in my opinion. Bucky Irvin's flying all over the place. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, and the Bucks just hang on and win it.
Mike?
Again, gotta stay surface level. I'm much better shooting from the hip than I am
Hip shooter.
actually trying.
Are
So, gonna go with the Super Bowl, or not the Super Bowl, the reigning MVP of the league in Lamar Jackson. I'm taking Baltimore -3.5.
Dude, we've aligned on every pick.
Every
I-
pick. And they're both under 44%.
I mean, you know, if I were thinking about this logically, I would try, double logic it and be like, oh, Baker Mayfield, he's really good. Somehow they're gonna get like this too many points, but no logic. Ravens -3.5.
Good.
I use double logic.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
The pick here is the Bucks. I think the Ravens team is very good, and they
Did
very
you
well.
just switch?
What?
Did you just switch because of me?
No.
No, yeah.
What do I know?
He was just excited.
I have the
No,
Bucks.
He's always been a Bucks.
I was
fan.
just wondering.
Yo, yeah, I think this Bucks team is pretty good. But just quickly on the Ravens, they are really, really good. I think they're going to make a run in the playoffs. I don't know how far. I think they're a potential Super Bowl team for sure. But one thing I do want to point out is that 5 of their 6 games, have been one-score games.
Yep.
So they play the only game that hasn't been a one-score game is against the Bills, where they won 35-10. Every other game has been a one-score game. So you've been pretty good taking plus points against the Ravens this year.
Yep.
Whether it was Chiefs week 1 or Raiders week 2 or whatever, or even the last couple weeks, if it's plus points against the Ravens, Commanders covered the 7.5 last week. So I'm taking plus 3.5 as home dogs. I think there's a good chance this is a 3-point win for the Ravens, but I don't even think it's impossible for the Bucks to win. I like the Bucks. I think they can score, and teams have been scoring on the Ravens. So, take the points. You're going to be happy with home dogs here.
Field only suffered cosmetic damage.
Oh, intern saying
Okay.
the field only suffered cosmetic damage.
Oh, they're
So
fine.
Slap some paint on that bitch. Ready to play
Lamar
some
could be
football.
slipping a little bit.
Yeah, and speaking
Well,
of ready to play
We're
some
making
football,
people slip.
let's talk about all the rest of the picks we're taking.
All right, time for me to get back to over 500, where I belong, starting with the Jags, Patriots over 42.5. I have no idea why, but these offenses are going to click this week. I just have a feeling. Watch.
Is it because the savior at Drake May is playing the Prince in Trevor Lawrence?
No, it's because they're running back.
It's my favorite game
I have
of
no
all
idea
time.
how. Bills minus 8.5 versus Titans. Titans are terrible. Bills look great on Monday, so they're going to win again. Packers minus 2.5 versus Texans. Love the Packers here. Colts minus 3.5 against the Dolphins. I'll be betting against the Dolphins until they get to it. They suck. Seahawks, Falcons over 49.5. Both these teams score a lot and give up a shitload. I love that bet. Lions team total over 24.5. I don't know if they're going to win or lose. It's a weird bet, but I like them scoring points every week. Browns plus 4.5 versus the Bengals. I love the Browns in this spot here. Bengals should be 12.5 point favorites. The Browns are actually atrocious, but they cover, so I love this. Eagles minus 3 versus the Giants. Eagles just own the Giants. The Giants are terrible. I don't really like the Eagles, but free line. Rams minus 5.5 versus the Raiders. Raiders are just absolutely terrible. They have nothing going for them. Terrible team. And Rams team total over 24.5. My triple dip was going to be my mortal, but I don't mortal NFL. Commanders minus 7.5 versus the Panthers at home should be a butt massive play. Everyone put your fucking life on it. Commanders Panthers over 52.5 and Commanders team total over 30.5. A billion points by the Commanders.
30.5?
Yeah, they're gonna score a billion. I mean, Commanders are gonna. I'm not fucking with you.
Huge
Panthers
NFL
gave up
number.
38 to the Falcons last week.
No, I know.
They're
I
gonna
like
score a
it.
trillion.
That's just a massive team.
No.
It's a mess.
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
49ers minus 1.5 versus the Chiefs, the weird game that the Chiefs have every year. Steelers Jets over 37.5. I don't know how I did it last week. I'm gonna do it again. It hit. Steelers overs. I don't know how they're gonna hit. Bucks Ravens over 48.5 with the Ravens team total over 26.5 and the Bucks team total over 21.5. Both teams fucking crazy game. Bang.
There you have it.
Bang.
What are you doing over there?
He was banging my bang.
Oh, I don't know. He's like pointing around.
was mimicking.
Scared me.
Bang.
Here we go. This is the week. It's gonna be a 2-12, or it's gonna be a fucking sweep 14-0, whatever. And I'm getting hot. I think this is it right here. I think this is where we just go fucking nuclear. I've been edging.
Oh god.
And I want to just
I love
nut.
the edge.
So games we already talked about: Texans plus 2.5, Lions plus 2.5, 49ers game of the week minus 1.5, Buccaneers plus 3.5. You're gonna notice a trend with all of the rest of these picks, and I'm gonna explain why at the end. Steelers minus 1.5 at home against the Jets. Jags minus 5.5 at home against the Patriots. This is also my game of the year. Like I said, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, same field, same time. There might be a solar eclipse. Stars. Something's going to happen. These two, the future of the
I have a
fucking
feeling
league.
I know where this trend is going.
Falcons -2.5 at home against the Seahawks.
Yep.
Bills -8.5 at home against the Titans.
Back on Josh Allen.
Giants +3 at home against the Eagles. Rams -5.5 at home against the Raiders. Commanders -7.5 at home against the Panthers. Cardinals +2.5 at home against the Chargers. Mid-season, this is where teams start to get tired. This is where they've played, 6 weeks through NFL. No bye weeks yet for most of these teams. There's the wear and tear of the NFL season is starting to hit them. Teams that are staying at home do really, really, really well in the middle of these seasons, and I love a lot of these lines this week. It's not just like I'm blindly picking some home favorites or like some of these home teams are underdogs, but I love, on average, most of the home teams this week, so I took a couple of the ones out I didn't want to bet, but I think you're really going to want to look at home field advantage this week, and a lot of these lines are pretty close. The few that are kind of out there, Bills -8.5 and Commanders -7.5, you should fucking hammer because those are, double, maybe triple-digit wins, fucking 100-point games. The rest of these really tight home lines, they're going to lean the home team's favor, either whether they're favorite or underdog. So I'm really confident in this card. 12 picks. Let's go 10-2 this week.
Well, you are definitely going to get true reactions because, like I said, I shoot from the hip when I pick, and I don't remember a single one of them. So
You don't know your card.
Welcome to
no,
Logic
I have
Land.
no idea. I have no idea.
Love
So
it.
You shouldn't be.
let's see what happens.
Hey, you went 5-5.
He's on fire.
What
Yeah,
happens when you just flip a coin?
Yeah.
let's get into it. Patriots +5.5 going against Jacksonville Jaguars. Dolphins Colts under 43.5. Bengals Browns over 43.5. Wow, same total number. That's cool.
That's sharp.
Seahawks Falcons over 49.5. How the hell is that hit? Giants +3 against Philadelphia. Eagles, that is. Browns +4.5 against the Bengals. Why are those separated?
Love that.
Rams -5.5 against the Raiders. I'm a homer even when I'm going randomly.
You're what?
I'm a homer even when I'm going randomly.
Did not think that's what you said, buddy.
What did you think?
Let's
You
not.
said I'm a homo. You said I'm staying. I gotta hear the tape. I could swear to God, my left ear is wrong. It's different than the right. Sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Tyler's a homo. That's why you heard that.
Bars.
You got excited.
Panthers Washington under 47.5. Packers -2.5 against the Texans. And Packers Texans over 47.5. Once again, I don't know how that hits, but
Wait, what did
know.
you say
there's
for
no way-
Panthers Washington? That was
There's no way-
Packers Texans.
No, Panthers
you said-
Washington over under has to be $1 billion.
It was 52.5. You said 47.5.
Oh, I
You
had
still want the under.
no. I had intern Johnson check all my lines. He said I was good to go, and I guess I wasn't. So
Oh, intern.
No,
he's
he's
still taking
he's
the-
shaking his head back there.
Yeah, it was
He
only
said
for
yeah.
52.5.
Do you
that
still want the
never
under?
happened.
Under 52.5.
Okay, so
All
we're
right,
changing
all right.
it to 2.5.
Bang.
Okay.
Mario.
That's why he edits. He's sharp.
Gotta change that now.
Fine out. Okay. With the games already talked about, I'm going Packers -2.5 against the Texans. Lions +2.5 against Vikings. Consensus pick. Chiefs +1.5 against 49ers. They're going undefeated. Ravens -3.5 against the Bucks. Now for the games that we have not talked about. I also am going Patriots +5.5 against the Jags. Don't like this Jags team. I think they might have something with Drake May. So stay tuned. Colts -3.5 against the Dolphins. Same logic as Ryan. If Tua's not there, I mean, just hammer.
Good night.
Seahawks +2.5 against the Falcons and over 49.5 points. Eagles -3 against the Giants. They own the Giants. Saquon revenge game. Bills -8.5 against the Titans. Chargers -2.5 against the Cardinals. I actually like this Chargers defense. They're actually pretty good. And Commanders -7.5 against the Panthers. Commanders over 52.5. And one more game, Rams -5.5 against the Raiders. I live added that because everyone had it on their card, and also I watched Aiden O'Connell play football.
Yeah, I've watched him play football
Terrible.
too.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Murder.
brutal. Yeah, and there you have it. A lot of NFL action coming your way. I am pumped for the games this week.
NFL
To
action.
recap the Mortal Parlay, if you're a subscriber, we give this out on Thursdays in the college episode. We're going to repeat it now because this applies to both videos.
Yep.
If you like and just drop a comment, let us know what you thought of the video. Let us know who you think's the best bet this week. Let us know that you're riding the parlay. You are entered to win $1,000 if these 4 picks hit. So we're going to quickly go around the table. Everyone's going to say their mortal lock. If these 4 picks hit, we pay you $1,000. We hit once this year. We were 1.5 points off from my mortal hitting
week.
the parlay. Last week paying $1,000. So Ryan, this week, go ahead.
I'm giving you Army minus 14.5. It's free. It's mortal. Comment everything so you can win $1 billion.
Navy minus 16.5 against Charlotte at home. This is a murder.
Lock in, get your bankroll ready because it's Illinois plus 3.5 against Michigan. The shit again.
Ooh, bar. Shit again.
Wow. Tulane, the Green Wave, Rice, shout out Mike,
Hey,
over
whoa.
54.5.
Whoa!
Points.
Whoa!
That was
I love it.
crazy.
Wow!
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay!
Mike gave me that idea. He said I could do it. So.
Wow, that's
love
it.
crazy.
I love it. That's a goal with a
Whoa.
That's
bang.
back in the day. The Mongols ruled China. This is.
I'm
I mean,
Korean.
Well,
Mongolian.
you know, yeah. So
23 means
$1,000 if those 4 picks hit. We're giving it away to one person. So drop a
Yeah.
comment. Let us know what you thought of the episode. We are pumped that you guys are supporting the channel like this. Almost 1.2K subscribers. If we're not there yet, hit that subscribe. If we are, can hit it again. Mario, remind the people before we go and watch some great football on Saturday and Sunday this week.
We're
Do it.
giving away money.
Free money.
All you have to do, leave a like, leave a comment.
money.
What he said, we're giving away money. Leave a like, leave a comment, so that way you could be entered into that subscriber pick parlay.
And
we're
top.
gonna hit this week. I feel it. Turn that notification bell on. It's always a new thing.
Gangnam Style.
No, that was a little game.
Wow.
Mike got excited.
You're on fire.
Share this
That's
video
his
with a
hero.
friend.
Do it.
On the road to 5K. We'll see you next week.
Bang.
Let's make some money.
Go Steelers.
Road.